Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the original Kid Goku S.H.Figuarts, simply called Son Goku. But I thought we might as well not just end there, and we might as well review all of the Gokus in this mold. So I've also got the Son Goku The Adventure Begins, as well as the Innocent Challenger. Now these are all pretty much the exact same figure in terms of like the actual mold and everything like that, but there are color differences between them. The main figure to Innocent Challenger, there's some darker shades and some new detailing on the face and different accessories. The Adventure Begins one is as his first appearance with the blue outfit. Now these are the old style of body type and old articulation for kids, which they used for quite a few figures actually. So all of these Kid Gokus, the Kid Krillin, as well as the Kid Gohan, and some of that engineering was also present in the Chiaotzu, I believe, that came with the Cell Saga Tien. But it is something that they used for a little bit. They have updated the molds significantly since then, and pretty much every single kid-style figure we've gotten recently has been a whole new thing to itself. Like GT Kid Goku is completely unique. The Daima Mini kids are completely unique to themselves. And the new Kid Goku that was released for the anniversary of the manga and all that, that one is a completely new mold once again, and that one is probably sort of how we're going to going forward. I can see that or the Diamond one being used for like kid style figures, and they are going to be doing an updated Cell Saga Kid Gohan, and that one will be interesting as well. But this was the standard that we had for a decent amount of time, and the standard that we have for the entire Dragon Ball line. So I've talked a little bit too much about this already, but let's get right into it. So opening up the figures, you can see that each one has their own strengths and weaknesses in terms of accessories, but they come from different eras of Figuarts, where some came with heaps of accessories, some came with just what you needed, and some came with, just enough to sort of justify the price or the P-Bandai style. Now, the Adventure Begins Goku did actually have two releases. There's an event exclusive one as a more general release one. I believe the general release one was only in Japan, and the event exclusive one was the usual event exclusive San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con, whatever it was. To my understanding, they are the exact same figure. It's just that based on the release and the box design, but it's the exact same figure. I just don't have the event exclusive, and I don't know if I really need it unless I'm going to collect every single Figuarts. I've got every single main release, and so that's why I've got this one today. Anyway, with all of the figures taken out of the box, you can see what they come with. So each one comes with the figure itself, several different faces. The original release comes with the 4-star Dragon Ball, as well as the Adventure Begins one. The original one also comes with the Flying Nimbus. We get the Power Pole, as well as a sheathed and unsheathed variant for all of the figures, a good spread of hands, as well as his iconic tail. The Innocent Challenger figure has the most faces, as well as a swappable hairpiece for windswept actiony hair, so every single figure sort of has its own thing going on, which is pretty cool. Now, taken out of the box and put on a display, here are all the Gokus. And generally in scale with each other, they look pretty alright. If you put an adult figure next to them, the scaling does kind of break up a bit. These are older molds, so the sort of styling didn't work that great in like sort of neutral poses. In action poses, it actually holds up pretty okay. Articulation is so-so, we'll get into it. But in general, the look of the figure is fine and looks better in motion, similar to like the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi type sort of thing. But in general, for the time, they were pretty good. The Dragon Ball scaling was all over the place for Figuarts. Like, you pretty much had Dragon Ball scaling and Dragon Ball Z scaling, and it just didn't work out that well, and they sort of released them in separate lines. But it's its own thing, and it's sort of more streamlined these days. But all the figures look quite nice. I do like the red on the Innocent Challenger the most, but the vibrant style of the original release is quite good as well, and the first appearance blue outfit for Goku is also very nice. But we'll jump right into articulation. So Goku's got a ball joint in the head, and I believe the neck moves a little bit. It was very, very tight. Not the best range of motion, unfortunately. He does have a butterfly in the arm though, which is pretty okay. You do need to work at it a little bit. His arm can rotate all the way around. There's an upper arm swivel, as well as a bend at the elbow, and hinge at the wrist. His body can move up a little bit and activates the ab crunch. It's not a ball joint like they do in a lot of the other 2.0 molds, it is just like a hinge. His belt can swivel, you can do the splits that far, you can kick forward and back that far. There's a bend at the knee, as well as a thigh swivel. And there is a ball joint at the ankle, as well as a toe bend. The tail is also on a ball joint. It is quite loose, but it, sort of gets what you need. It's sort of the last thing that I pose anytime I pose the figure, just because it does fall out fairly easily. But in general, the articulation is fine enough, nothing crazy, but you get enough out of it to achieve pretty much all the poses that they show for all the promo material across all three figures, so that's fine. Now faces we get a lot, and all of the figures' faces are compatible with one another. Thankfully they kept that the same throughout the line, which is very cool. So Kid Goku's got this sort of asymmetrical smiling face, which I like, where one eye is bigger than the other and his smirk is sort of at an angle. He's also got an eyes closed, mouth open, happy face or laughing face. Looks very, very nice. And he's got a mouth open, eyes open, smiling face. Looks a tiny bit awkward without any teeth, but it's perfectly fine. If the adventure begins, we sort of get a determined-ish smiling face. So his eyebrows are a little bit furrowed and he's got a closed mouth smile. He's got the same open mouth smile that the original release has as well. Looks quite good. Still looks a little bit weird. I think it might be line work was something that they improved as the line went on. Then for Innocent Challenger, we get this determined serious face out of the box, which looks quite nice. We get a serious face looking to the side. We get a teeth clenched angry face looking to the other side. And we get a mouth open shouting face with a lot of expression. Now, these faces, like I said, are compatible with all the other molds, which is good because the previous ones don't have too many faces that work with action. So if you do have the Innocent Challenger figure, you can really make a display pop if you're using those faces. If you want just a good actiony Goku that is still readily available, Innocent Challenger is pretty easily findable. So I would recommend that one, especially since he's got the most faces and his accessories are sort of a little bit more versatile for the moment. You do also get a windswept hair effect. This is probably one of the more actiony hair pieces that they have, and it's specifically meant to be for when he's punching through King Piccolo in the original Dragon Ball. But with all of those faces and the accessories, you can get these Gokus into some really nice poses. The base original Kid Goku does come with a stand as well as multiple adapters to put the flying Nimbus into the air as well as hold onto Goku. In the air, I kind of wish that he had like a plug or something on him to hold him in place, even just like holes in the feet and he plugs into Nimbus. It'd be nice. It is workable regardless, but it's just like a little bit hard, and he does like suspend himself quite high into the air with the stand arms, which would look cool in the back of displays and things, but it's just like a little bit hard to get going. But I didn't have too much trouble with it. Just something that is a little bit tricky with all of the Nimbus figures that they've done, even though they've only done 2 to my recollection. So this one and then the event exclusive Goku from last year, 2025. This video will probably come out 2026. But yeah, the Nimbus is a tricky accessory to get working quite right. But I still had fun with it. The original Kid Goku has got a nice range of accessories. He's got some great hands, and his expression is really nice. Had a lot of fun getting him into all of the promo shots that I could see. The Adventure Begins, same thing. Like, he doesn't have the Nimbus, but he sort of makes up for it in sort of the actual color style, and he's got the same articulation. He's got the power pole, he's got the 4-star Dragon Ball. There is a slight color difference between the Adventure Begins P Bandai Dragon Balls and the original release Dragon Balls. It's like a slightly darker, I think, but they never completed the line of P Bandai Dragon Balls that had different color, so it doesn't really matter too much. But just something I thought I'd note. But I did enjoy the first appearance Goku, especially if you pair him specifically with Bulma, so that works quite nicely. And then Innocent Challenger, having the most faces and expressiveness, you can get him into some really nice action poses, and I had a lot of fun with this figure. Again, with action poses specifically, this Goku mold looks really, really nice. Really hides sort of the elongated or shortened proportions and really makes this figure pop. Like, these figures are designed to be posed, so a lot of neutral poses aren't super ideal for figures in general. It's one of those philosophies that I do actually quite like about, Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi. Like, they invite you to pose the figures to make them look cool, to hide the strangeness of the proportions. And that's sort of the same case here. Granted, it's not perfect, but I do like the idea, and granted, a lot of Dragon Ball characters do have static poses that are super iconic, like charging up power. But I think that this is a fair enough justification for this figure looking the way it does. But I did have a good chunk of fun with these figures. They still hold up quite well, and the stuff that they're doing now with the posable mini figure line for Dragon Ball figures is really, really impressive. So I am keen to see where they go from here. Like new Goten and Trunks, new Gotenks. We really need a new Gotenks. He was also using this sort of outdated mold a bit, and he looked a little bit weird. But I've got problems with the Gotenks anyway, being only Super Saiyan and not level 3 or normal state or having swappable heads. They could have gone really far with that mold, which that'll be a review another time. But the Kid Gokus are really, really good. I really enjoy them. I will be reviewing Krillin at some point, and he also has a good array of accessories. They did a pretty damn good job with any figure that was released in this mold in terms of accessories and variety. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time. Oh hi, I didn't see you there. As you can see, I'm hard at work making new videos for the channel. Now, while I'm happy with where the channel is right now, I could use your help. By liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, it helps out the YouTube algorithm and recommends my channel to more people. So if you like any of my videos, please let me know, it really helps out. And if you liked this one, please let me know too. It means a lot to me, and I really, really appreciate all of you guys.